Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Welcome to our first PU Computer Science online classes. As we know that in last class we already started the chapter control statement, and we know that we completed some point in case of the control statement. So in this chapter no need to tell each and everything, correct? No, we already completed whatever the point I am going to complete in this chapter. We already completed in chapter 5 in a name of the chapter problem solving technique. As we know that the selection construct and only call as the selection statement, and such a selection statement are classified into 4 divisions. The first point is called as the if statement. Such if statement only call as the simple if and also call as one-way branch decision structure. So in last class we know that each and every point about our simple if. We already completed one very suitable example for this simple if here. The program is the to find out the largest, smallest and second largest of the numbers, and also we completed one more program. The program is the total amount of the bill, and we calculate also the final amount of the bill just by using the concept or by using the concept of the simple if. As we know that simple if the condition is true then only executing the statement. If the condition is false, not going to execute this statement. So this structure helps the programmer to decide whether a particular statement should be executed or not here. So the decision, whatever the decision we are going to take after the condition can be calculated true or false, correct? No, if condition true then only executing this statement, otherwise here it going to select the next statement here. So this is the meaning of the simple if, that is called as the if statement, or we can call as the one-way branch decision structure. Okay, now after completing the one-way branch decision structure, the select type, the second type of the selection construct, the selection statement, the second type we can say as the if else statement. It's a very important concept in our selection construct. The second type of the selection statement is called as the if else statement here. As we know that the if else statement, so this structure is also called as the two-way branch decision structure. So if else ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬಹುದಾದ್ರೆ it is also called as the two-way branch decision structure here. So how it going to decide whether we need to execute this statement or not to execute the statement here. So we can say that, as we know that, call as the two-way branch decision structure, and this structure help the programmer to decide whether one set of statement should be executed or another. Clear this point here? Maybe here two statements are there, maybe in two statement any one statement going to execute, maybe the statement 1 else statement 2, but it not possible to execute both statement together here. So this is the concept of the if else statement. So if else statement artha aita ellarige meaning of the if else statement, we can say that it called as the two-way branch decision structure, and this structure help the programmer to decide whether one set of statement should be executed or another we need to execute here. Now let's the general form or the syntax of the if else statement. Clear this point here? General form ige syntax anta helteve. So the general form or the syntax of the if else statement. So how to write? As we know that if opening of the parenthesis, one common bracket, okay, the parenthesis here, later we can write the condition or the test condition, both are same. The meaning is just only we are going to check the condition here. So after opening of the parenthesis, we need to write the condition or test condition, then closing of the parenthesis here, and later next one statement 1 semicolon, else statement 2 semicolon. So this is the general form or syntax of the if else statement here. So clear this point here. Now let's how to write the flow chart. As we know that, so whatever is there after that, in case if you want to take some condition by using the concept of the if else statement, so I am using as the by taking the symbol name is called as the decision symbol here. By taking the decision symbol, I am going to take one condition. So is condition is true, still here I don't know whether the condition is true or false here, whether which type of statement, whether the statement 1 going to execute or else the statement 2 going to execute here. So just by taking the decision symbol, I am taking one condition, one decision here is condition, okay here. After checking the condition, if the condition is true, T means true here. If the condition is true, then statement 1 going to execute. This statement 1 will be executed here. If the condition is false, then statement 2 will be executed here. So after knowing the statement 1 or the statement 2, or after executing the statement 1 or statement 2, the control goes to the next statement of the program. Clear this point here. So here whatever is that means we are going to jump, we need to go to the next statement of the program just to execute the result of the if condition, whether what the statement it going to execute, whether the statement 1 or the statement 2 here. Now let's some important note about our if else statement, some important note about our if else statement, okay here. So the first note here I want to say about our if the condition is true. As we know that if the condition is true, then statement 1 will be executed, otherwise statement 2 will be executed. Any one of these statements sure it going to execute, okay here. So this is about our first note of the if else statement. If the condition is true, maybe statement 1 will be executed, otherwise the statement 2 will be executed here. So this is about our first note. Okay, second thing, so only the code associated with if or the code associated with else. Clear this point here. Only the code associated with the if here. If condition is true, statement 1 going to execute. So only the code associated with if condition here, otherwise the code associated with our else condition. It not possible to execute both statement together. So this is about our second point here. So clear this point here. Artha aita ellarige. So here we can say that if condition true, as we know that the statement 1 going to execute, so only the code associated with the if here, otherwise or we can say that the code associated with the else here will be executed, never both statement going to execute together here. And later the third point we can say that sometime, okay, this statement or both statement 1 or statement 2 may be a single statement or block of statement. As we know that the single statement means when you are going to write if condition statement 1, one statement only going to execute, and also it possible to write to execute the block of statement. How we are going to write in case to execute the block of statement, we are writing the syntax as the if condition, opening of the flower bracket, statement 1 semicolon, statement 2 semicolon, statement 3 semicolon, closing of the flower bracket. Clear this point. As we know the meaning of the compound statement or the block statement. That means here the group of statement that are separated by semicolon and enclosed within curled braces is called as the block or compound statement. So this is the meaning of the single statement or a block of statement. Okay kya? So we can say that both statement 1 or maybe the statement 2 sometime or maybe it is a single statement or block of statement. Okay, so this is about our third point here, and the last point we can say that it is important to note that after executing either statement 1 or statement 2 here, as we know that the statement 1 statement 2 not going to execute together, maybe any one statement going to execute, it depend on the condition here. So it is important to note that after executing either statement 1 or maybe the statement 2 here, the compiler control goes to the next statement of the program. Clear this point here? That means it going to move to the next step here after executing maybe statement 1 or the statement 2 here. As we know that the software called as the compiler control goes to the next statement of the program here. So this is most important point in case of the if else. So clear this point, the note of the if else here. Okay, now after completing the note of the if else or maybe the general form that is called as the syntax and also the explanation and the flow chart of the if else statement, now let's one last program about to find the greatest of two numbers using if else statement. Okay, now we are in the program here. Now in this concept, okay, so in this concept I am going to solve one program. So the question of the program to find the greatest of two numbers using if else statement. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನಂತ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದು ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಗ್ರೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ two numbers among two numbers here by using the concept. The concept is the if else statement. As we know that whatever the concept is that always if it is a program is always it going to start by using the header file. So header file I am using, the header file is the hash include iostream.h and maybe I want to use clr scr in the program, then sure I am using the header file that is the hash include conio.h. So such header file is using for clr scr here, no space between clr scr open close semicolon. Okay kya? And also by using one more function we can use, the function is the get ch open close semicolon. Or maybe in program if you want to display one after the another, then sure I am using the header file here. The header file is the iomany.h here. It depends on you. If you want to display one by one here, then only you can use the header file. Or maybe if you are not using end line in the program, if you want to use such header file, you can use. There is no any problem in this program. Okay here? So all these are the header file here we need to use in the program. And later next one I am going to start the program here. As we know that the starting of the program we can do it by using the function like our void main. And how I return void main, okay, space is there in between, void main open close, and should remember it, there is no any semicolon at the end here, and the void main should be right in lowercase letter and should not be terminated by the semicolon. And after the void main, then just I am going to start the program. When you are going to open the flower bracket, it indicates, that means the opening of the program, you are going to start the program. Okay kya? Starting of the program. And after that what are the variables I need to use in the program? I am going to use in the program here. So just only such variable going to declare by using the data type. The data type is the int. Okay, so here I am using the whole numbers. Clear this point here? Here I am using the whole number for a as well as for the variable b. Maybe a value is equal to 10, b value is equal to 20. Both are whole numbers here. So just just I am using the data type int here, and later what are the variables I want to use, I am using that is A and B here. But how I separate it? By using the variables are separated by using the comma here, and finally the statement going to terminate by using this semicolon. And as we know that we already used the header file conio.h here. So sure I am using one function. The function is the CLR SCR open close semicolon. As we know that CLR SCR open close semicolon means to clear the screen. Okay kya? To clear the screen. And later next one, after I want to display one message in the program. So to display the message in the program means I am using cout. The full form of the cout is the console output, and in console output we need to use one operator, stream insertion operator. Maybe I want to display any message, then such message going to use by using the double quotation. So I am using one message, enter two numbers. Okay, any type of message you can use, there is no any problem here. So I am using one simple message here. When going to display the message, I am inputting some value into the variable A and B here. As we know that I used the colon to look attract to my message, and closing of the double quotation, I open the double quotation. Sure you need to close the double quotation, and statement going to terminate by using the semicolon. And later next one, as we know that to input some value into the variable by using library function. The library function is called as the sin. Okay, so console input, and here we using the operator. The operator is called as the stream extraction operator, and here I am not going to enter one by one here. Just by using the cascading input operator, I am using this method to input value to two variables at a given time. Okay, so A and B ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ? ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಕೇಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಎ ಟೈಮ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ನೋ ಟು input for sin A, sin B here. Again and again we need to use sin A and sin B here. So it possible to one at a time by using single sin statement using multiple stream extraction operator. Correct me? Yeah, correct. Now in this case here, so by using stream extraction operator we can input one at a time here, and after that, after inputting some value, now I am going to write here, after inputting some value here, later next one I am using the if condition. How I am going to use the if condition here? As we know that by using the syntax of the if condition, if A value greater than B. Okay here, still here I don't know, that means when it going to display the message, enter two numbers, I am entering some value to the A and to the variable here B here. Maybe the A value is equal to 10. Okay, the A value is equal to 10 and B value is equal to 20 here. So after entering the value A and B, later words I am using one condition. The condition is if A value greater than B. If the condition is true, then execute the statement 1. So statement 1, in statement 1 I am writing cout. Okay, executing cout, 10 is the greatest. 10 is the greatest in this case here. 10 is the greatest, and I am using the end line. Okay, it's not necessary to use the end line. If you want, you can use else. If the condition is false, otherwise execute this statement. That means over here we can say that the B is the greatest. So after knowing the condition, that means our compiler going to check the condition. As we know that the value of the A, that is 10, and the value of the B is the 20 here. So when you are going to compare 10 greater than 20, which statement going to execute? As we know that the 10 value is less when you are going to compare with the value 20 here. That means the statement 1 not going to execute. If the statement 1 not going to execute means sure the statement 2 going to execute. ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ನಮ್ಮ A value 30 ಇರ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು? ನಮ್ಮ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನೋಕಿಯಾ? ಸೊ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್, such value, such a statement depend on the condition, it going to execute the statement. So how it executing this statement? So here I am not going to change, just only 10 greater than 20. let it be this value 10 greater than 20. That means first of all it checking the condition. If such statement not going to execute means else the statement 2. So how it executing? That means 20 is the greatest. Okay, kya? The 20 is the greatest. As we know that if you are not using double quotation, then what's the value we providing to the variable? Such value going to display. So ಹೇಗೆ ನಮಗೆ result ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ? 20 is the greatest. So before going to get result, we need to complete the program. So get ch open close semicolon and final the closing of the flower bracket. We open the flower bracket, so we need to close the flower bracket. So ಎಲ್ಲ program ಬರ್ದ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ರನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಎಂಟರ್ 2 numbers. You need to enter 10 through the keyboard. 10, 20, any number you can enter, it depend on you here. 10, 20, A is equal to 10 and B value 20 here. So 10, 20, later words it checking the condition and depend on the number it executing the output to the program here. So clear this point about our if else statement here. Okay, so this is the simple concept about our if else statement. Thank you.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.